Hey troops, GeneralJSmith here, back with another LEGO Star Wars September 2015 set review. And this time I have got Poe's X-Wing Fighter, set number 75102, ages 8 to 14, comes with 717 pieces, and is retailing for £70 or $80. So pretty hefty, but nothing incredibly special. I mean, it is somewhat worth it, and in my opinion, it is very much worth the price, I would say. I mean, it's definitely not as bad priced as like the TIE Fighter. But the set in itself is very controversial, definitely most controversial this entire line, for nothing more than just the colour of it, the black with the orange, which by the way, if you know anything about art, because art was my favourite topic at school, just saying, they are complementary colours, so in theory they should go very well together. In my opinion, they very much do. Now, one of the reasons it's very controversial is because a lot of people were expecting from the trailers the blue and white ones we saw, which are very similar to the original trilogy ones, maybe a little different, the wings were a little different and stuff like that, but they're very similar. The only real difference was instead of red you'd have white, instead of red you'd have blue. But, and then we've got this, we've got the pictures, and I was like, what? That's completely just out there. It's like, we did not expect this in any way. Poe is, of course, going to be a very main character, because, for nothing more, I just saw him, I didn't see him, but I went to Toys R Us, and one of the posters I saw was with Rey, Finn, and Poe, quite frankly. So, not Kylo Ren, not any of that, I mean, he was at the side, of course, but, like, Poe is clearly going to be a fairly main character. He's not just going to be another generic pilot, which is kind of cool. In my personal opinion, I love this set. Definitely one of the best, if not the best, set of this entire line. It's probably this, between this, the Transport, and maybe Kylo, well, actually no, I'm going to say I'm not Kylo Ren's, in my personal opinion, although a lot of people love Kylo Ren's shuttle. But it's between this and the Transport for me, so, yeah, I love this set. Let's just get into it right now. By the way, just want to remind you guys, later on today, I mean, it probably won't be that later on if you're watching this directly when this video comes out, but later on today, I will be doing a live stream with another YouTuber doing a Q&A. I'll be doing a build of the Transport, which is the last set I've got, by the way, from The Force Awakens. So that'll be pretty cool. You can ask questions about stuff. Please come, and I hope you enjoy it. So anyway, that is more of it. Just want to go now straight on into the minifigures. Alright, so starting with the first minifigure is, if that's what we can call him, we've got BB-8, which is the, if you will, R2-D2 of the new trilogy. I mean, technically speaking, R2-D2 is in the new trilogy, but we only saw one trailer, and I've tried to stay away from spoilers of any sort whatsoever, so I have no idea what R2-D2's role will be, but I can only presume this will become the R2-D2 of the new trilogy, and he'll be a main droid. Well, I'm just going to give my thoughts straight up about him. I don't like him. I'm sorry, guys. I know, some people are saying, oh, no, he's cool. Some people are saying he's not cool. I'm one of those geeks who says, I'm not a massive fan of the new lightsaber, and I'm not a massive fan of BB-8 because of the design of him. He's weird and just, I don't know. I love the R2-D2 design so much. It's like, this guy is kind of, whatever. Anyway, though, just the minifigure in itself, I'm kind of impressed with LEGO, the fact they did it this way. I mean, in all honesty, there's no real way they could have made a minifigure out of, BB-8 without making new molds, but even so, it's still kind of cool that they did. They did not give him a generic head like the same all astromechs have. His head in itself is smaller, and of course it's meant to fit with the body, so that's very cool. Everything about this is very, very nice. Unfortunately it doesn't roll, but realistically I don't know how LEGO could possibly do that. But anyway, so he is a very nice minifigure, however. Is he a minifigure? I don't know. And believe it or not, he does actually have a place in the set, which I was very surprised about. I thought, wow, really? I mean, R2-D2 is understandable because he's somewhat larger, but it's like, with this guy, it's almost like, what does he do in one sense? It's like, I don't see where he can have, like, any sort of attachments or whatever, like R2-D2 does. He can't, like, open terminals. I mean, maybe he can, maybe one of these flaps opens or something, I don't know, but it seems like it's kind of weird or something. He seems so small and almost pointless, more like a novelty. I don't know, something about it, I'm just letting him hate about BB-8. I don't hate him, but we'll see. Anyway, so you can see on each different tire, we do get different printing, which is very nice. Pretty cool. I wasn't even aware there was different printing, but yeah. And of course the head, again, is very small, like smaller than the standard astromech. But still, very nice minifigure. Pretty cool. Again, you can fit him in the set, and he fits fairly comfortably. He can move about a little, but I'll show you that more when I show the set. Pretty cool, I guess. He seems like the standard size of an astromech, and I guess he's the best design you could realistically make for this guy, because, I mean, LEGO can only do so much. It's like, yeah, but... Anyway, that's what is it for the BB-8, then. Let's go now on to the Resistance Ground Crew. Alright, so next up we have our Resistance Ground Crew. A fair amount of the figures in a lot of these sets don't actually have official names, they're just kind of generic, officer and all this stuff. This guy, I'm just going to say flat out, reminds me very much of the co-pilot to Lando Calrissian when they were flying in Episode 6, the Millennium Falcon. We also see he's going to probably be in the new Battlefront, which is really cool. But even so, this guy still is very, very nice. This set very much reminds me in some ways of like the really old X-Wings, were the ones we had like these little transport things, you know, that was around the hangars, these type of things, they look like that. You may know what I'm talking about, I'm not sure if you do. But even so, this guy does look somewhat like that. It looks really cool in my opinion. Everything about him, strictly speaking, is new. The helmet, of course, is completely new and unique. Although in that sense, just because he's a unique and just because he's new, doesn't necessarily mean he's a, if you will, good figure. I mean, yeah, he is, don't get me wrong, he's not bad anyway, but it's just like, some figures is like, yeah, they're cool and unique, but it's like how, you know, everyone's gonna want one. It's not like he's gonna go from price massively, but that's beside the point. Anyway, so you can see he's got his overalls in his limeish green type of look. Very much like a mechanic, very much like a sort of crew person. He does come, by the way, with a wrench, but that's on the like speeder thing that he drives. Where he drives his people to their vehicles. But anyway, so you can see you got some knee padding there, and just some detailing all around. His hands are a different shade, by the way, just normal flesh. His overalls go onto the back, of course. There's his face. That's some bandana or something. I don't know. Seeing some cloth or something to cover his mouth. There may be like I don't know, bane he needs it to breathe. I don't know what that is, quite frankly. Of course we don't, but we'll see in the film. He does look pretty cool. His like printing and his color of his face and stuff is kind of unique. It's kind of weird and different, which is kind of cool. It almost seems like they've tried to print white onto this colored head, which, as if you know, if you're a customizer, doesn't work entirely well because it's very hard to print white onto a darker color because the dark color tends to show through. But even so. Yeah, so we've got his helmet, which is very nice, completely unique design, of course. I don't know if we'll ever see this again, or if we'll ever see anything like that, because he seems like a pretty unique figure to, like, you know, the X-Wing and, like, this type of area, but who knows. Still very, very cool, though. Very cool minifigure. Very nice we got him, I'm glad we got him. Of course, we had to have someone driving the thing. It's just all these little extra bits, even though, of course, the X-Wing is the main thing, all these little extra bits are still really nice to have. So, yeah, but that's more set to our Resistance ground crew, pretty cool guy. And I'll show you where he goes in a minute. But let's just now move on to the actual pilots themselves. We'll start with the Resistance X-Wing pilot. Alright, so next we have the Resistance X-Wing pilot. This one, of course, is not Poe himself, but it is very similar to Poe in some ways, apart from like printing and things. The printing, by the way, oh my lord, the printing is amazing. I love the printing on this guy. And I presume, by the way, you can see it's off-center, that box. I presume that is intentional. And I just, oh my days, that is such nice printing. I love it. You can see the Rebel symbol there on the chest, although of course it's Resistance, so who knows how that happened. Got the piping and all this different stuff. The printing all over the chest looks incredible. The printing on the back isn't as dazzling, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, of course, there just isn't as much stuff on the back, so there's not really much Lego can do about that. But yeah, so the printing is so amazing. Obviously the best pilot we've ever had to date. I think you could probably use this for some of your original trilogy pilots as well, because in all honesty, these pilots look very similar to normal X-Wing pilots, and realistically, you know, you could probably still use them, it wouldn't be a big deal. So yeah, he does come with a little pistol, but there's nothing too special there, just comes with a pistol. I think the biggest part about him, just show his face, he just have one side of face, very standard sort of face. The big part about him is, of course, his helmet. Oh my days, this is like the first time ever. Normally, we would get like yellow or orange sort of printing over the eyes. But for the first time ever, we actually have a visor, which goes inside. And it's not the same, it's not like they've, I don't know, they've printed onto this sort of a thing. There are two separate pieces which they've stuck together. This is incredible. They can't just say, thank you, Lego, so much. And the way it goes over the eyes so perfectly. Oh my days, this pilot man. And you got even some Star Wars writing. I really should learn it. But you got some Star Wars writing on the side there. Please even down in the comments if you know what that is, what that stands for, or what it says, I don't know. But we've got very nice, again, the Rebellion symbol. Some very, very nice printing all over the place. Very, very nice figure. Really, just no real area that isn't printing. I mean, there isn't printing here, but I presume that's just because there isn't much actual paint there in the actual film. Again, another Rebel symbol, so all this wonderful, wonderful stuff. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I love this. The design of this guy is so epic. It's so cool. Just, yes, we need to have another one of these, quite frankly. I'm pretty sure we'll get more, hopefully. As we got more, you know, of these new sets that come in Episode 7, we'll have more of these pilots, just as we got with the original trilogy. But this guy, he's so cool, he's so epic. And I presume he's the generic pilot for the X-Wings, after all he's called an X-Wing pilot, so yeah. So I suppose you can put him in here, but I mean, it wouldn't really work since it's not his X-Wing. But yeah, very nice. But yeah, I think it's more or less to him, just an incredible minifigure. Although in all honesty, not massively helpful unless you have other Resistance vehicles, which you don't really have as of yet. But, you know, hopefully we'll get some soon. But he's still very, very cool. And now let's just move on to the last minifigure, Poe Dameron himself. Alright, so the last minifigure we have is, of course, Poe Dameron himself. I'm not sure. But the point is, he is, of course, the driver of this X-Wing, the pilot. So, very nice. In all honesty, the torso isn't anything different whatsoever. It's all the same thing. He comes with a little blaster. But of course, it's not meant to be different. The only real difference you can see, and of course, no picture, is, of course, in the head area. The face and the helmet are completely different. Well, actually, not completely different. The helmet is actually the same, like, printing-wise. It's just a different color. Although the color itself is incredible. I love the color. Does that say the same thing? I'm not sure that's the same thing as the last one, but, you know, the printing and the color of it just works so well. It's unbelievable. I mean, if you've seen my Twitter or anything like that, you know my favorite color is definitely red. So I just love the color of this. It's just, oh my days, looks so unbelievably cool. Almost like looks like the helmet Batman would have, or something like that, if he was an X-Wing pilot. But even so very cool. This guy actually does come with a two-sided face. We have this is called Poe Dameron, and you can see he's a unique character. He's got a beard, a bit of stubble, stuff like that. Seems like a bit of an older guy. I'm not sure how old, but like not ancient. Probably not as old as like Luke Skywalker or anything, but you know, fairly old. Not completely young like Luke was in Episode 4. So yeah, moving on. We've got a backstage kind of. What would you call this? I don't know. Kind of a annoyed look, I suppose. Kind of like a what are you talking about, dude? Almost look. But yeah. So even so, very cool. And of course, the same with the other. You can't really see the inside because it's a different color that much, but it actually is. But yeah, the exact same as the other helmets, two different pieces, very nice. I really hope they continue this. I presume they will. I mean, I don't really know why they finish it, but definitely the best helmet we have ever had, absolutely. Which is saying something because we're getting a lot better stuff now. This guy is so incredibly cool. I mean, really, really cool. At the end of the day, he's just a pilot, so you can't really use him for that much. But I presume he'll be a main character. So quite frankly, you want to get Rey, Finn, all those people, you presume they'll be main characters, of course. You may want to get this guy as well, because he's probably going to be main character as well. So get him. Get the set, because this seems like a prominent thing in the new episode. So get it, and yeah, he's so cool, so cool. But yeah, anyway, now that's more or less it. Let's just go on to the set in and of itself. Alright, so moving on to the set, and by the way, this is the point where I realise this video is probably getting pretty long, so I'm sorry about that, but even so, we have got this little thing here. In fact, we're going to start with this, actually. We've got this little ladder type thing, which again is very reminiscent of Episode 4 and Episode 6 and all that stuff when we saw that the X-Wings pulling out and all that's very cool. Where of course, that's a ladder, so you can probably guess how it works. You stick it there and in the cockpit. I'm pretty sure now that works. But yeah, so this is very, very nice. Very yellow. These kind of unique pieces. I don't know what it is about it, but I guess if you want to part it out, you can do that with this set. There are some pretty unique and pretty expensive pieces in this set, which are pretty cool. But yeah, it's a pretty cool ladder, I guess. I wish it could attach to this, but unfortunately it can't. It's kind of weird, the fact it has this connection, and this has this connection, and this connection on both sides. So I don't know why. That just seems odd. Why do they do that? But whatever. It almost seems like it should attach here or something, but it can't. I should have for a minifigure, but whatever. It's a pretty standard ladder, and it's just very reminiscent of Episode 4 and those sort of things. So we've got this little thing, extremely simple build, nothing too special. We've got a sticker there of the Rebel thing. And you've got some studs in there, which of course I presume are meant to be for the X-Wing in and of itself, because it does have a flick shooter as well as spring-load shooters, so that's pretty cool. I think the pilot sits here. Yeah, it must be, I guess. Yeah, it drives this way then. And then of course the pilot is this guy. I'm not going to put him in right now, but I think you can probably guess how it works. And other people will just sort of sit around. I presume the other thing is somewhat bigger, because if you're going to carry multiple people to their X-Wings, it doesn't seem like it fits a lot of people. But I guess they kind of want to keep the piece count down a little by not making like the main part of this set is this, of course. So they don't really want to make this as large as it is. But it just seems like it should be larger or something, but I don't know. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could make your own to make it bigger, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, so this is pretty cool. Of course, the wrench is meant to have. Nothing too special here, though. It's kind of pegs and levers and stuff like that, and just it's a cool little thing to have. I like the way they added it on, I guess. I mean, realistically, even if they hadn't put it in, the set would still be, you know, £70 or whatever, but yeah, it's still cool, cool and nice to have it then. Yeah. Anyway, going on to the set itself. Oh my god, this is cool. I love this set so much. Just, Clearly my fandom is just going insane about this. I suppose just because I love the X-Wing so much. It's like the best fighter ever. It's just something about this set. It's just so reminiscent, and also the hype of this entire line. It's just incredible. Just yeah. But anyway, moving on to the set itself. I'll just go briefly over the features. Of course, like all of other X-Wings, this is by the way I'm just going to pair the next X-Wing in a minute. This X-Wing does have this landing gear which goes up, exactly the same, nothing too special there. There's that. There's no landing gear at the back as such, it doesn't go up or down, it's just these peg things. And I have noticed, by the way, if you put it down on the studs, try to not do that, try to not leave it a long time, just because if you do leave it a long time, it will kind of stick into the studs, if you understand, because of course it's not flat or anything, these are studs themselves. And the weight of this, because it's fairly bulky and fairly heavy, so the weight of this back end will push it down onto the studs. So that's kind of an issue. I mean, it's not an issue really. I mean, these are tiny pieces and they might sort of pop off if you take it up, but it's nothing massively, you know, it's not going to break the set or anything, I'm just saying. But yeah, so it's pretty long indeed. It's considerably longer than the previous sets. Moving on, we've got, of course, the cockpit. Oh my god, I love this cockpit so much. The way it's almost, it sounds weird, but it's like it's so clear. The previous X-Wing cockpits, well, I mean, they're clear, obviously, they're made of clear plastic, but they're not. Something about this, it's so easy to see into. When you've got a good light in there, you can see so well in there. It's just, I just love it, and of course the cockpit piece in itself is really cool. We had one very similar to this in the UCS one, but I think it was bigger, because of course it was UCS. But this is very nice, and it opens just like that, you know, nothing too special. And of course you've got the seat there with this control lever, nothing too special. You've got I take this out, you've got this sort of, almost like a trench run thing, but somewhat different. Similar to what they got like when they were running up the X-Wing, the Death Star corridor type thing. You know where the X-Wings are going. You've got a little peg back there, you can't really see, it's kind of dark, but you've got a peg back there, and stuff like that, so this is very nice. It just closes down very simply, yeah. And you've got this little thing here, that's for BB-8, and he just sticks in there. Unfortunately, he does move about a little. I'm just going to give you a little demonstration right here. And yeah, you can see, so, you know, he does stay there if you're flying him about and stuff. He's not going to just simply fall out, but you know, he's not, if you skim your hand across, you know, he is easily going to fall down, because there isn't a massive amount like holding him in there as such. It's just literally that stud. He's not held in by the walls or anything, as opposed to where R2-D2 would be. But yeah, he's still cool to have. He's almost a little too obvious when you got him like this. It's almost like you can see him too much of his body. I don't know, it's just clearly the fact that I love the previous X-Men so much. I'm so used to it, it's like it looks a bit weird to me, but yeah. Moving down, we've actually got some flick missiles. No, I think these are it, or I don't know, something like that. You know, these things we've seen before, the things that minifigures have and stuff like that. I'm not a massive fan of them, but I guess it's not a big deal. These seem very similar to the 2012 one as well. I don't know why I keep saying 2012 one. Just the X-Wings in general, because they have the proton torpedoes down here and then standard cannons here, of course. So, you know, this is pretty cool, I guess, though, even so. See the engines there? Very nice. In the actual thing, though, they are literally so close together. Like, you know, there's like no gap in the actual film or in the actual concept art we've seen. But of course, Lego can only do so much. So, but I mean, this is still pretty cool. You can still do that. So it's like, it's still pretty close. The wings are somewhat different just because they're not exactly the same as each other. This one, as you can see, is sort of a different size or angle or something to the one below it. And stuff like that. So very nice. We get some spring-loaded shooters at the back of each one. So we do get 4 and we do get 2 spare in this set, which is very nice. We get, oops, my bad. So anyway, we get 4 of them and I've just fired one. So that's pretty cool, I guess. So we do get 2 spare, as I said. Yeah, again, more stickers up here. These are both stickers, very nice. Stickers going all around the engines, very cool. Just looking at engines themselves, pretty cool, pretty nice, you know, sort of stuff. Different type of thing as we've got before. Normally it's just like a plate type thing on the end, but you know, it seems somewhat different. I don't know if that's because the actual thing looks like this, or just because Lego want to change it up, or whatever, but yeah. But the thing on the back, just a little detailing, doesn't do anything, but it's just detailing, very nice. Just the entire look of it, so smooth, so, sounds so weird, but it's just so much, so sleek, so awesome. Yeah, I think that's more or less it, other than the main feature. Yeah, I think it's pretty much it. Okay, so the main feature, by the way, is a sticker as well. There's a few stickers, that's a sticker, but they're somewhat similar to like the Luke's X-Wing, like 5 X-Wing, like, you know, where it had 5 red lines, whereas this has sort of 3 and then 2 grey. Maybe that's something to do with it, I don't know. But anyway, so the main feature is, of course, on the top, which normally is different because normally it'd be at the back, previous X-Wing, so who knows. But at the top, you turn this knob, the exact same knob, by the way, as the 2012 one, and Da-da! Yeah, it turns those things in there, as you can't really see. But those things in there, those little things, yeah, simply turns. Yeah, and there. Okay, very simple. Of course, we had this in 2012 one where you didn't have to turn it forever, as opposed to like the Arc 17 previous X-Wings where you did have to turn it for some time to like open them up gradually. But even so, it's quicker and it's better. I just love it so much better. And I think this looks incredibly cool in my opinion. It just looks so epic. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I remember this has 2 rubber bands. Now a lot of people criticize because it looks so out of place, and it is actually. I mean, fortunately, in my personal opinion, it's not massively noticeable as it is to many other people. Me, because I'm not a massive perfectionist, so like if I'm doing it at this angle, you can't see it, or if I'm flying like this, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to me, the color in and of itself. It'd be nice if they were black. I don't really know why they couldn't, but whatever. What really bugs me is the fact that LEGO didn't seem to have noticed this, and it seems like other people haven't. Now, right now, it's not a big deal, but if you have this for some time, like if you've got a 2012 one or a really old one, then you'll notice if you've got 2 rubber bands at the back, and if you keep it open for some time, it starts to sort of pull, and before you know it, this side is closer than that side, and it's kind of, the wings aren't straight, they're kind of like that. I mean, I hope you understand what I mean, but it's just like, why would you have 1 or 2 of them at the end of the wing? Can't you just have 1 there? And of course, you may say, oh, it'll stick out even more. Well, if you have it black, and if you can see it, then I don't think the rubber band will stick out even more at the front, so quite frankly, I think there is no excuse why they have to have 2 rubber bands at the back of the thing rather than 1 at the front. It just seems so much even, and you're just pulling the wings closer to the thing, and you can just see like the engines are slowly going to come close together and stuff. They won't be parallel. It's just please LEGO, just do something. But anyway, yeah. By the way, just a little trivia. I actually like the X-Wings like this in this position. Funny enough, despite the fact that this makes the X an X, I actually like the X-Wings in this position. I think they look even more slick and just so much cooler. But that's just a little thing. Yeah, more or less. Actually, I think it's more or less the set itself. This set just. It's so cool, so cool. It's between this and the Transporter, two of my favourite sets of this line. I mean, if you're down the Millennium Falcon and you want a new one, then that's definitely up there as well. But I do have one. Rey's shuttle isn't that much of a big deal to me. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like everyone loves it. I mean, they've made me figure I need to get it. I'm probably gonna need to get that set at some point. But it's just not a massive deal for me. It is £100, and £100 is still £100, even if it's worth it. It's like, I'll get it at some point. But anyway, so this set is incredibly cool. I can't stress it enough. It's so awesome. Oh my god, I'm so glad I got it. It is pretty pricey, but I think it's still pretty much worth it. Yeah, maybe if it's not massively to you, you can wait for a little while to go on sale. I think that's pretty common with a lot of these sets. You can just wait a little while to go on sale. But it's still very, very cool. But yeah, I think it's more to go on to the instructions to box and conclude this review. And I'm sorry once again for it being so long. But hey, it's an awesome set. Wow, that rocked the table. Okay, so this instruction manual, as with everything, is just one instruction manual. It's pretty large. I can't remember how many bags we get. I think we get 4 or 5 bags? I don't remember. But anyway, so in the back, we of course get the same art. We've got the X-Wing. I'm not sure why we get the same one in every single set. I mean, obviously it's logical for this set, but it's like, why would we get this art in the TIE Fighter set? Because it's all about the X-Wing. I don't know, but whatever. We've all seen this before, and it's like this thing where I think you can build your own poster or something. There's a code if you really want it. I'm not sure if this is legal. Am I allowed to tell you the code? Or whatever, I've told you now. There you go. Sue me. Come at me, LEGO. But anyway, yeah, so I've got all these sets, as I said, apart from those two. I'll probably get in that at some point, but we'll see. And I've now reviewed every set, apart from that one, which will be coming very soon. BTW, once again, later on today, there'll be a live stream, so watch that. Unless I can't be able to do this a review in time, and the live stream's already over, in which case, whoops. But anyway, we've got the minifigures back here. So very nice, very cool. We've got just the features of how it works, and I'm pretty sure I've showed you all this. You know, the Ringlow shoes, and of course they fire as well. I don't think I need to show you them firing. I'm pretty sure you know what they do. But yeah, of course you can go in, all that stuff. Very nice, very nice. Kind of what you expect a Starfighter next thing to do. But yeah, pretty thick book, 116 pages, so pretty thick. Doable. It took me, how long did it take me? Hour and a half, I think. I think it took me an hour and a half, something like that. Yeah, but you know, it's durable. It's alright. It's nothing massively special. So it's cool. Yeah, nice book, I guess, as instruction manuals go. That's all that. Let's just go now onto the box. Alright, so the box in itself, again, is a pretty standard box, what you'd expect for the size. I think this is the same size box as the Transporter, so, you know, that's the true for you. I'm not sure what planet this is. It looks like a somewhat hot or coldish planet, or it may not be. I'm not sure. It may take place in the same place we got, like, the, what was it, Snowspeeder. It may not. Do not quote me. I completely and utterly stay away from any Star Wars Episode 7 information, even some like the cast member names. Partially because I don't care enough, and partially just because I do not want it spoiled in any imaginable way. Any possible way to be spoiled. Like, oh, this guy's doing this and this. I try to stay away from all of it. And quite frankly, I don't even like the fact that I know, what's her name? Not the bounty hunter, the person is a woman. What's her person? I don't remember her name. The Captain Phasma, that's it. I mean, I'm not, that's not sexist, I'm just saying, I just like to be surprised a lot. But anyway, looking going around, we've got all the features we saw in the instruction manual. Same old, same old. We've got the inventory here, very nice. And then we've got the dimensions here, which are also very nice. Very cool set. Very, very cool. So sick. Yeah. I'm sorry, that asteroid just looks really weird. It's just like it's, I know, almost a space hopper or something. That looks really weird, doesn't it? I don't know, maybe it's to me. But yeah, that's what it. By the way, I haven't mentioned, this art looks really cool, especially like the lightsaber and stuff. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's what it is for the set then. Let's just go now. In conclusion, once again, just want to stress, I'm really sorry this was really long. Alright, thank you guys for watching this review. I hope you did enjoy it. I know it's pretty long, I'm sorry about that. I just kind of really ram home the point that I really like this set. I'm going to give it a good 9, maybe even 9.5 out of 10. This is a really, really cool set. I'll just wait to say it one more time, that this and the Transporter are by far my favourite sets of this line. If I didn't have the Millennium Falcon, the Millennium Falcon would completely take it. Don't get me wrong, you know, the Millennium Falcon is incredible. It's the best Millennium Falcon we've ever had, maybe apart from like the UCS one, but you know, that's a whole other league, so yeah. But I'm not much fan of Color and Shuttle. I don't have it. I probably will have to get it at some point. It's just, even if it's worth it, £100 is still £100, and it's like, damn. But even so, for right now, this is definitely very, very cool. I'm glad this exists. I'm glad they give us a different color with it, because one thing I kind of wish, I'm getting wrong, it's still cool otherwise, but one thing I kind of wish we had with the original trilogy, with Luke's X-Wing, is that it looked different color, because this looks pretty bland. I mean, no, not bland, no, that's the wrong word, definitely. It looks so the same, is basically what I'm saying, as like all the other X-Wings. It's like, it's good, you know, it's all good. The X-Wing design is brilliant, but it's like, it's the same, you know. I'm so glad this, like, is leading the frontier, if you will. I just love the design of this. If I was going to make an X-Wing, I'd design one, I'd design like this, because I think it's so cool. And just, yeah, quite frankly, I love the whole thing. Maybe I'm a big goth, because I love black, but I don't love black. My favourite colour is red, believe it or not. But anyway, yeah, that's more or less it to my review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time with another review, which will be the Transporter. Just remind you one more time, and assuming it hasn't already gone, I'm doing a live stream in a few hours, maybe even less. I'm doing it at 3 o'clock today, which, whatever time it is for you, so we'll see what happens there. But you're great, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye, troops. Colours and stuff like that, well, yeah, in my opinion, pretty alright. I mean, black isn't my favourite colour, and personally speaking, I'm not sure whose colour favourite black is, damn it. Anyway, so this set then is very, very cool indeed, it may well, but at the same time, it's also, and Poe looks like sort of the leader of the squadron or something. It's like, yeah, we're hoping we get Rogue One.